YouTube, man. This is ridiculous. Yet again, I know for sure I changed the orientation in the setup. And yet again, I'm stuck on vertical. I like double checked and made sure I went back in and made sure it was set to horizontal and not vertical. And yet I open up YouTube and try to do this and it is this way. I'm not very happy. Anyway, Susie, how you doing? Victor, what's up? Sounds like a lot of hot wind tonight. Yeah. Shade Tree says, howdy folks. What's up? Like, this is gonna push me to start doing the StreamYard more often if I can't stream on YouTube reliably, like easily. It is the easiest way for me to stream via YouTube and not have to set up additional things and do other things like that. But YouTube is forcing me, because I'm on mobile, to go vertical. I don't want to go vertical. It makes things harder for me when I do this way. Blind Man, how you doing this evening? What's up, Dave? Freaking vertical. Quentin says lies. I have a laptop, but again, when I try to stream via my laptop, the video quality from my laptop is not nearly as good as it is from my phone, which is why I use my phone. Technically, actually, I have another camera on order. Maybe I'll probably be able to live stream from that, to be honest with you. Tito says, I'm in the hurricane, not sure if I want to party. I know. Quentin, yeah, I'm kind of bummed. Like the wind has been taken out of my sails. I was excited. I'm like, I set up the live stream. I thought about this whole, stream earlier. Yeah. Tito says he's gonna be putting in an order for ribs. Nice. That's what's up. See, and part of the other problem when I do this vertical, it shows me at the top of the screen and the comments at the bottom of the screen. So it constantly looks like I'm looking down. When I have my phone vertically, where the comments are is directly in line with where the camera is. So it looks like I'm looking at you guys the entire time. I know that's just a little thing, but the problem is that's a little thing that I, the camera person or the video person, notices. Like when people are reading a teleprompter and they're looking to the left of the screen of the camera, that annoys me. So I want to look in line. That's the whole thing why Casey Neistat, in case you don't know, Casey Neistat wears sunglasses on his videos so you can't see where his eyes are because it distracts you from the video. Arr. Terry, what's up, man? How you doing this evening? Blind Man says he's good. Just cleaned the kitchen for the end of a long day. All right. What did you cook today, Dave? Yeah. I mean, I could get my sunglasses and put my sunglasses on, but then you'll see the reflection of me in my sunglasses. It's a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. Terry says he's doing good. Nice. Hip surgery is the 17th. All right. Shade Tree says tacos for the win. What kind of tacos do you eat, man? Yes, I can. It says use StreamYard for your live streams and you can go horizontal. I know. I use StreamYard. I won't say part of the problem, but with stream there are some, I'm gonna say, limitations. There are some things that I'm not particularly a fan of with StreamYard. When I use StreamYard, I'd rather use StreamYard on my laptop because I can interact with everyone a little better. But the problem with using StreamYard on my laptop is the video quality isn't there. Turkey and pork sausage. Nice. Tito says, bro, your content speaks louder than your position of I get it, but I'm a perfectionist, man. So Tito says, bro, your content speaks louder than your position of a camera. And I get it. I get it. I do. Hola. Hola. ¿Cómo estás, Angela? Uh, I get it, but that's and this is why I'm trying to push myself to do better. Just like using the camera that I have, right? And I talked about this, and Tito, since you brought it up, and since we're having a hurricane party, I'm gonna talk about it because I'm say I don't have anything else to talk about. But so I bought this camera earlier this year, and this is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, and this camera is, I'm gonna say, when I say it's the bee's knees, it's the bee's knees. I've been shooting everything lately on this camera, and I'm gonna turn it around towards me so you can see me in it. So I've been shooting everything on this camera, and I mean, like, to the point where I've had this camera for, let me actually go back and look at the files. Okay, let's see here. Where's Osmo 3? The first file. Oh, all right, this one. May. So in 5 months, not even 5 months, this folder, I have 1.5 terabytes of video and audio footage. 1.5 terabytes of video and audio footage. Well, files, let's say, because it's not all footage. But 1.5 terabytes in 5 months. 5 months. Yeah. Muy cansada. Lo siento. I know. So I'm gonna say, in case you didn't see, I just got a text message from a friend of mine. The Phillies lost the NLDS 4-1 to the Mets, and they are out for this year. Let's see. Actually, it's funny. So Tito says, "I hear me, blind man says cookies, and more cookies." All right. Oh, I guess you were baking for your like bake sales this weekend coming up. Shade Tree says, "Hey, you still eating chicken soup? I actually had some tonight for dinner. I won't say I didn't realize. I feel like I'm the only one eating it because I put noodles in it. So my wife and my daughter are like, "Oh, the noodles got too soft." Well, the noodles are going to get soft after sitting in the soup for a while. It's just kind of inevitable. But I like it. I mean, the soup is still fantastic, but I had some of it tonight for dinner. So Thursday is trash day. So Wednesday usually becomes a leftover day, and I was trying to clear out the soup, but there's still going to be soup left because there's there's a lot of it. But I thought that there were 2 containers, like 2 decent sized containers, probably like maybe quart, maybe 2 quart containers, storage containers, and I ate one, and I'm like, oh, we got 1 quart container left, and then I find like 2 cup containers in the vegetable drawer, and I'm like, oh man, I didn't even know it was that much in there. All right, so yeah, yes, I can. Says using an external camera through your laptop to stream. I've thought about it. So Tito says it's nice. What is the name of the camera? So this is I thought I said it, a DJI. This is the Osmo Pocket 3. And it is so the thing with this is it has a full gimbal. So like I can turn this around and I can use it, and it's like stabilized. So it is pretty like I can set it up and do different things like move the gimbal up and down. I've been filming with it, I'm gonna say nonstop, but almost nonstop since I got it, and it's phenomenal. Like the image quality, and of course I'm filming in 4K. The image quality, the stabilization, the sound from the external microphones that connect to this thing, Bluetooth seamlessly. When I say seamlessly, it's like it can't be beat. It can't be beat. But DJI came out with a camera, I'll say similar to just this. This is not a GoPro. This is a Insta360 Ace Pro. I thought this was going to be the end. I'm gonna say the answer to my worries, but it was not. I have, oh, here it is. I had a GoPro. This is a Hero 8 or I get, yeah, I think it's a Hero 8, and I use this camera for a while to do different things, to set up different shots, and it just, like, the GoPro batteries suck. The like, the GoPro sucks. But in the grand scheme of things, the GoPro sucks. Like, when you buy into the GoPro economy, for what it is, you would think it would do better. But yeah. You just have a raid set up. So Quentin, oh, must have. So I have a now I'm trying to think. I can't remember what. Hold on 1 second. I think it's raid 5. I can't remember. Hold on 1 second, Quentin. So I do have a RAID set up, but that drive that I was looking at was, I have an external hard drive connected to my laptop that I use. The external hard drive is 1 second here. I'm trying to get the settings on my general. No, what RAID array? I can't remember. I think it's 5. Why can't I freaking storage? Here we go. Yeah, RAID 5. So I have a 4-disc NAS. So if you don't know, network attached storage drive, and my NAS is 4 10-terabyte hard drives. So I had 30 terabytes available, and I have, I'm gonna say, since used up, but I have, how much storage was left? 14.6 terabytes free of the 30 terabytes. So I have all of the videos that I've ever shot, and, you know, family stuff, pictures, music, I don't say all types of stuff, but on my NAS. And then I have an external hard drive that I've been using, and the external hard drive was a 16 gig. I'm pretty sure it's 16 gig. If it wasn't 16 gigs, excuse me, 16 terabytes. So I think it was 18 terabytes, but 16 terabytes usable, and I have 2.64 terabytes free. The computer geek in me, you know, I'm an IT guy by trade. So yeah, I believe it was 18 terabytes, and then, you know, that sounds about right. 16 terabytes usable, 16.3, and I have 2.64 available. So, and then I actually have within arm's reach, I have another hard drive over there, but that one ran out of capacity. So basically, what I wanted to do was to make sure that I had a local copy of all of the videos and you know, pictures and things like that, and then I have a network attached storage. So I have I used to be a server, but I had a full-blown desktop server, but then I switched to the NAS and have been running the NAS for years. That's a lot of files. Exactly. Go Birds. Exact. Yep. What up, Kent? How you doing? I got a 24-brick camper. Gave it to me. Something working on that. Nice. The hurricanes coming faster than Diddy cases. Jerry says, hi, Dash, my bro. What up with you? Vic, how you doing? He says, "What's up, folks?" Victor says, I'm having serious connection problems tonight, so I won't be here long. All right. Jimmy said, "What's up?" Yeah, Jimmy is on. So I did not realize, and I told Jimmy this. I talked to Jimmy earlier this week. I did not realize that he and his community, where he lives in central South Carolina, was hit as hard as they were. All of the with Hurricane Helene, all of the, I don't say focus, but all of the major news and outlets have been talking about Tennessee and North Carolina getting hit, but there were some folks that had lots of problems and damage in South Carolina as well as of course Virginia, as it took that path up. But Jimmy was telling me that he had some major issues there in South Carolina, and I'm like, I had no clue. Uh, One, I don't really watch a lot of news. Two, the national news that I did catch, I won't say in passing, but did hear, was only mainly talking about the damage and the problems in um, Tennessee, in like Chattanooga, Knoxville area, maybe I can't remember which one it was, and in North Carolina, and then of course Virginia. So I didn't hear very much about South Carolina. I do believe maybe Georgia as well, but still, nothing. I was unaware. So George says, "Hey guys, just landed in Jersey. Cancun was fun. Nice. Well, damn, you ain't bring that. I mean, no tequila. Not that I'm a big tequila drinker, but you could have brought me some rum, maybe some cigars. I wasn't getting into cigars lately, but maybe some cigars." Uh, So Vic says, "I use the DJI Action 4 cameras." So funny enough, you say that. I actually picked up the Action 5. I was, um, what was I doing? And I saw someone talking about the Action 5. I don't even know what it was. And I was like, oh, let me look into that. So I looked into that and I was like, all right, it's not that expensive. And I can use it and do what I think I can do what I want to do with it. So I picked that up to be a secondary camera to this the Pocket 3. What I might end up doing is making the um, Action 4 my main camera and the Pocket 3 like close up, or vice versa. But I need more angles, and that was what I started talking about as far as trying to better the things that I'm doing. I need extra angles. Angela, Jimmy asked for help from Angela. It looks like you got a pack of Newports on that shelf. Nope, that's not new. That's actually Flonase. This is like my, yeah, and I actually should be using it. I feel like I've had like a nasal drip forever, and I just can't get rid of it. Jimmy says, "Very bad cell service. Let me know if I miss anything." Newport said, "Thermopen came up as a suggestion for my Prime Day sale. Nice. Rate 5, yes. Don't buy it. And she better than that." Buzz Barbecue says, "Cheers." All right. Speaking of cheers, I have not poured myself a drink yet, so I'm going to. So my wife and I went to an Oktoberfest over the weekend, and we got, I bought us VIP tickets. But what's funny is the Oktoberfest glasses are from 2022. Alexa, stop. Oh yeah, so this is the koozie. They gave us a koozie and a glass. This, because we were VIP versus the people who got just like a double shot glass basically. It was a little like, not even like a horn. So I guess it was kind of like a yard cup, but it was a teeny little like shot and a half maybe. It probably wasn't even a double shot. So I'm like, all right, I'll deal with it. And some of the folks were pouring into this glass for the Oktoberfest. But I need, I don't have any word, but it's $28. Nope, just save your $28. Um, What up, Bumpy? How you doing, man? Let me catch up on the comments. And it came on my homepage just for me. I've never looked at the meat thermometer. He brought the hurricane back with him from Cancun. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get a jar, and I'm gonna get some ice and an energy drink. Josh says, "Oh, my Crocs are on fire." I pulled out the winter boys today, the insulated Johns. It's almost cold enough to wear those. I almost wore them this morning taking Taste Tester number 3 to school. Hey, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. Thanks for the reminder, Angela. I did not even make mention and say anything about it, so I definitely appreciate you guys reminding me. And I'm going to go out and hit the. I'm going to go and hit the like button myself. Then I'm going to switch to another account and hit the like button. So that's 5. All right, I'm going to get my drink going. Give me a second. All right, I am back. So I feel like I'm down to the dregs of my jar here. I'm gonna have to get with my guy. There's just about 8 ounces left in there. All right. Angela said she had on her winter Crocs today too. Let's see. It was every bit of 45 when I left my house this morning. I wasn't ready. We are back on YouTube. I released a full-length video today. Nice. I had my winter Crocs on today too. Josh says hi to Kent. Kent, I see that you have not watched my new full-length video that I released today. No worries. No hurricanes. Just Magnus and shot glasses. Yeah. Why is it showing up like a YouTube short? Because freaking YouTube is forcing me. You missed my rant in the beginning of this. So YouTube, when I set up a live, ooh, that smells good. YouTube forces me, like the default is vertical when I use mobile. I can change the orientation of the live stream, but when I change it, it doesn't like stay permanently. I think I would need to change it and then go right into doing the live stream, because if I say close it or do it early, then it goes to this vertical orientation, and it pisses me off. And there's no way for me to set it up and make it default to horizontal. Sean says, what up, what up? Victor says he's giving up. My connection is crap. Good night, all. Josh says, I've emailed Christian Lone Star twice now. No response. I'm sad. He is a busy dude. I'm going to tell you, like Reiser told me, keep emailing him. All right. So that's half. That's 4 ounces. Usually I drink 8 ounces in the cup, but this cup is much smaller than my normal cup. This is like half the size of my normal cup. So I'm not gonna press my luck. We're gonna have a second drink tonight. Usually I don't have a second drink. Bumpy says, hey bro, if I screenshot you a text message from a customer, would you mind reading it? I wouldn't mind yours and everyone's point of view about some salmon I did today. So Bumpy, I'm using my cell phone to do the live stream, so I won't be able to. But if you send me an email take a screenshot and send me an email, I can get to my email from my laptop. So if you don't have it already, I can tell you what my email address is, and you can send it there. Uncle Steve, is that? Did I see Uncle Steve? Uncle Steve! He says, "Good evening, my friend, Uncle Steve. I'm gonna say I need to get with you, but I need a re-up, Uncle Steve. And I don't know if you saw my my chicken soup video, but I used the magic ribs on the rotisserie chicken. Well, I know you gave me one of the pre bottles. You sent me one of the pre bottles, and I used it on the rotisserie chicken, which was fantastic. And then I used that rotisserie chicken to make soup. Aside from using that rotisserie chicken to make a chicken cobbler, so I used it multiple times. And man, let me tell you, the soup was fantastic. I just actually had some of the soup earlier today, but I'm out of the magic ribs, and I need some things. I need some things, Uncle Steve. So if you could, I could use some of the SPG, some magic ribs for sure, some thick meat, and I'm good on Gator Shake. I know I'll say I normally ask for Gator Shake, but the magic ribs, and I feel like there's something else new you've done recently that I haven't gotten any. I don't remember if it was like a California seasoning. There was another seasoning I haven't had any of. But please and thank you in advance, because I used like 7/8 of it on the rotisserie chicken, cooking the 2 chickens, and then I used the last of it when I seasoned some of the chicken meat that I pulled and then put it into the soup. And look, cheers. It was fantastic. KB says happy Hurricane Day, everybody. All right, Bumpy, if you're ready, MD Steel, STEEL, Drum, DRUM, Smokers, SMOKERS @gmail.com. See, I saw a picture, I think it was on Instagram, Bumpy. If it wasn't, it might have been Instagram. Angela says she wants some salmon. All right. Uncle says, yeah, it is empty. I used it all. It was that good. I used it all. Steven, he says, hey, yo, Dash and family, good evening, bro. You got some Trini in you keeping us, keeping hurricane party tonight. If only we Trinis did the thing. No, man. Not at all. Dash, do I like jalapeno? Oh, yeah, jalapeno's good. Hurricane parties were big when I was in Florida. Yeah, and I have friends in New Orleans. Oh well, yeah, they're in Louisiana, but not specifically New Orleans. Between Red Stick and Metairie, and also some folks in New Orleans, and they would always talk about having hurricane parties. Buzz the smoked chicken noodle is a shit. Yep. George says, good evening, Steve and Jacqueline. Yes. Yes, the West Coast. That's what it is. Josh and B says, I love Uncle Steve. Yeah, I love Uncle Steve and his shakes. Shake. Yes, they are fantastic. Yeah, MD Steel Drum Smokers @gmail.com. I could have actually, but it won't. It won't come up. Barbecue 5.0. What up, Mike? How you doing? It is Mike, right? Mike. George. George says, yo, I'm back. What up? You have a stolen friend. I know. In Florida. I actually need to check on him. I reached out to John, who is in Florida, Travis, who is in Florida. John is sheltering in place. Travis is actually out of town. He is, I'll say away, but he went to visit somewhere else. And, they were like, oh, we're just going to stay longer because of the hurricane. My mother-in-law so far she's good, and I haven't reached out to my stolen friend. Thank you very much, Angela. George Garage says, how you been? I've been good, man. Vegas in the house. Oh, George, now I know what George you are. Yes, Mr. Trailer Man. I didn't but this is Dash. I know you're not a Crows fan, but my boy is gonna be in your town this Sunday. Crows. My town is Philly. I live in Baltimore. What up, Taj? How you doing, man? He said, peace, homie. Just an hour. Oh, we ate the last pack of ribs. Thank you very much. No worries. Well, you might need to get some more. You know what that means? Time to order some more. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you. I couldn't type it out right now. I'm going to make some ribs. Tell me how to make it like yours. I can't do that, George, especially not right here with all these folks watching. So that's the thing, George. I smoked the ribs for a few hours. I want to say naked, but without wrapping them up. Then I wrap them up and wrap them in foil and or put them in a foil pan. Let them cook for another couple hours, and then I will usually sometimes I'll unwrap them or I'll just let them stay wrapped up until they are done. I know that's kind of convoluted, but I can't be giving all my secrets. All right, Bumpy says check my email. Mail dot Google. Not now. What is this? Can I get to my mail, please? Thank you. Inbox. All right. All right. So I've had this before. I've had this, and I mean, so hold on. Wifey's agree with some chicken cobbler, but let Mrs. Dash season it. So the whole thing is, Taj, and I left it alone because it was the first time of me cooking it. So I wanted to taste it as is. So once I tasted it, I'm like, it needs something, but I couldn't put my finger on it. All right, so Adrian Barnhill says, "What's up, Dash? What's up with you, man? The Ravens, that's your town now. No, that's where I live. That's not my town. Do you not know who I do? You know what? I'll just do this. This is Philly. That's where I'm from. Look, I'm upset and I'm drinking because the Phillies lost tonight in NL. What was it? NLDS. So yeah. Yes, I remember George. That's what that's why I was like Trailer George. Yes. All right, so Bumpy, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to catch up on the comments, and then we'll let's keep that secret. Yes. Buzz is no disrespect. No, none taken. I mean, people be like, "Oh, you from Baltimore?" From Philadelphia. I live in Baltimore. I'm getting ready to read it to you. You be eating the same chicken pot pie this week. Nice. I bet her chicken ain't chicken. They ain't gonna fire the head coach this week if they lose. Yeah. See, I told you her chicken wasn't chicken. Vegan chicken. They write it as chicken. It's fake. Then the Mets won. Yes. After Mets. You need to make more videos of trailer. Actually, George, I'll say funny enough, but the tailgate, it went bye-bye. And I need to make a new tailgate. So I might be making a trailer video sooner than later. All right. So, Bumpy's message says, "Hey, don't know what happened to this one, but it's nothing like the last one you did for me. Um, don't know if the salmon is different, but it's nothing like the last one. It looks different. It tastes different. Just letting you know. I don't think you did this. You do better salmon than this. I know for sure." Bumpy said, "I'm sorry about this. I did do the salmon with the same seasoning and sauce as always. I only cut it differently this time so I could make the pieces smaller without it being shredded or stuck together during cooking. I do apologize." And then he says, "Your next salmon purchase will be on me," which admirable. But I have some questions, Bumpy. And let's see, is there any charge your phone, Bumpy, too? Is there any? So the questions I have. Let's go back to the. All right. So questions I have. Did you use a different cooker? Did you use like your offset versus your Kamado? Did you? Oh, behind here. So that's the first questions. I guess there's the first questions. Emery is a huge turn on. All right, so let's see. And your female guardsman came to the office with a load of MREs last week, and they were full of veggie lasagna. I told them I knew someone I could send them to. You should make your own seasoning and sell it. So George, no way. I stay in my own lane, man. I think I do better at cooking things than I do with making seasonings. You have to be real hungry to eat an MRE, yeah. Ain't just laughing at the charge your phone. And that's fan, but actually pulling for Philly even after the damn trade. Yeah, buddy. Well, I appreciate that. Jimmy, I think that's the purpose of an MRE. You got to be real hungry. Indeed. How fresh was the salmon? Letting it sit in the fridge for a day makes it taste different. Any t-shirts coming soon? So t-shirts are available. Actually, if you look down in the description, in the click more, you can order t-shirts and stickers through the links there in the description. If you're on your phone, you might have to turn it one way or the other to see the show more, but there are links to Teespring site. And actually, I'm going to click on it myself just to make sure that it's still working. Sometimes Teespring be acting up. Come on. It seems like it's loading. Yes, there are t-shirts, and there's a couple different prices. Look for the cheaper priced tickets, cheaper priced t-shirts. When I did the order before, for whatever reason, I added some more things to the shop, and then Teespring changed the prices. So there are some that are lower price and some that are higher price, but I couldn't remove the ones that are higher price. Yeah. All right. Got two sizes of big. If you know your shirt. The only thing I did different was cut the salmon after cooking because she asked for small pieces. So I tried a different method of getting smaller pieces by cutting it after cooking, as opposed to, I guess, pre-cutting. Also can taste the difference from farm raised fresh versus wild caught. All right, so you use the same cooker. My next question was it Atlantic salmon versus Pacific salmon? Because there's a huge difference in salmon tastes between Atlantic and Pacific. I do not like Pacific. I'm not a fan of Pacific salmon. I prefer Atlantic salmon. Quentin says Teesprings got jokes with them sizes. All right, so Bumpy said he cut it up after cooking versus pre-cutting. It's easier to cut up salmon before it's cooked than it is after it's cooked. One of the other, all right, he says he always uses Atlantic. One of the other differences could be, was it cooked to the same doneness? A doneness difference can make a difference in texture and taste. Um, I mean, I'm just, kind of speculating, and without, I'm gonna say, trying to call you out, but without trying to put your business all out there. Um, we can kind of, talk obviously offline, but I have had people, and the one time and I told you guys about this, where this guy called me up and he's like, "Hey, something was off, something was different." It was a doneness thing. I overcooked this guy's lamb, and I won't say I knew it when I did it. So the first time I did his lamb, it was kind of like, it was like more like mid rare, medium. And the second time, it just, the cook got away from me, and his lamb was more like like medium mid well. And he straight called me out like, "Yo, it was something wrong with that." And I was like, "Oh well, I'm like, I apologize. I'm so sorry." You know, said I when I went to cut it up, I said it looked to me like it was a little overdone, and I said I figured I would see if you had a problem with it, if you had an issue with it, but I think I may have said like, "Hey, let me know what you think of this one." I mean, because I knew um I didn't like it. So Buzz says pre-cut salmon to size on cedar planks is the way to go. Planks soaked in red wines. That's a waste of alcohol abuse, man. I want to drink my liquor. I don't cook with liquor. I don't. I have yet to do a beer can chicken. Yet. As much cooking as I do, I have yet to do a beer can chicken. That's just, like I said, alcohol abuse. But uh Tasha says he's gonna make a big leg this Christmas. That's what's up. I recommend, when you say a big leg, how big of a leg do you think you're gonna make? Because a leg of lamb, I don't know. Well, how you gonna prepare it, Tosh? Let me just ask you that. Angela said, "Hey Tosh, I'm late." Yeah, my dad cooks brisket with whiskey. Why? Why? The alcohol doesn't do anything. My first thought was because I cut it after cooking means the salmon seasoning was not on all sides. Now so that is true. And when I do beef ribs, I tend to cut, like, so let's say I have a 4 bone plate of beef ribs. I will cut them in half so I can season additional sides to help that seasoning get into the ribs rather. Um, which in my opinion makes them taste better because of the fact that there's more surface area that's seasoned. So similar thing, the salmon might not have gotten as much season, or might not have gotten as seasoned as it did before when you pre-cut everything versus cutting post cook. Alcohol would burn off, i.e. waste. Yeah. Whiskey. Well, not all whiskey is expensive. Bumpy says typically when I pre-cut, all the seasoning is tossed in all sides. Yep, it's like 10 pounds, a small one. And roast it slow. Nice. All right, that's what's up. Grumpus says, "Hey, dashing everybody. What's up, Grumpus? Dude, beer can chicken is overrated, but the wine soaked planks actually infuse a flavor where the beer dissipates on the chicken." All right, if you say so. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna say there's a snowball's chance in hell, but I'm not a real big wine drinker, so me having a wine that I would want to put on a plank to smoke some or cook some salmon on is also. I don't cook salmon on cedar planks or planks any longer. I smoke the salmon versus grilling over like a plank. Just my personal preference. All right. Fantastic. Goodness gracious. This vertical video is killing me. So, those of you guys who are, I know there was one or two of you who said you were in Milton's path or in the area of Milton. Hopefully you are being safe. I know there was someone who commented on my chicken video, the chicken soup video, a few hours ago, saying that he answered my question when and I'm like, hey, so how's your day going? He's like, my day is daying. I'm in the middle of Milton right now. So I definitely, my thoughts are with you guys who are having to worry about and or ride out this storm. Buzz says, although the salmon is usually skinned down on the plank. Yeah, I used to cook salmon like now. I won't say the only way I would still use a plank, and I do actually have a plank or two in a little end cabinet over there, is if I was cooking it on my wife's propane grill, just because that cooker will not impart any additional flavors. So I would use that as a means to help boost flavor, a flavor enhancer like salt. I have orange pepper and I dehydrate cranberries for my seasoning. Add some rosemary. Rosemary on lamb. Whew, phenomenal. Angela says, I have some barrel aged wine that tastes smoky and might be good. When are we trying this? Oh my goodness. Y'all done. Grumpa says, and yeah, don't cook with the good stuff. Marcus says, aloha everyone. Steven, Mommy says, I offered her a free salmon on her next because I want her to come back. If I would have given her money back up front, then I may not been able to redeem myself. So here's one thing I'll tell you, Bumpy. You're not going to please everybody. And there are going to be some people who, this might be her second time ordering it, right? And you just say, hey, you know what? I don't know what it was. It was a fluke. Maybe it was just something with the salmon. Like, tell her it doesn't matter. And tell her, the next one, just like you said, next one is on you. And if she wants another one, then cool. But that's your way to make it up, and you leave the ball in her court versus you giving her money back. Just like you said, if you gave her money back, then she wouldn't want to try it again. But you can say, hey, or how about this? Give her a half portion. You don't have to give her the entire, I don't know if you use the whole fillet. But I mean, if you got that fillet from like Sam's and see, this is where I'm spiraling because there's more questions I want to ask you, but I don't want to ask you here. Like, did you get it from Sam's? Could the salmon have been off? I know you said you seasoned it the same way, but you have already said that you pre-cut the other one. You cut the other one pre-cooked versus this time you cut it post-cook. Definitely we know that there's more seasoning that's going to get onto it when you cut it and season it pre-cook than post-cook. And then the differences between like cooking temperatures and the different cookers. But you said everything else was pretty much the same. Ooh, orange pepper, where's that from? Steven says the chef said if you don't drink wine, don't cook with it because it ain't going to get any better. Mark says format change. I couldn't find the like button. Unfortunately, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. For those of you who've heard this before or already, my little rant. I'm going to step on my soapbox again for a moment. So here we go. YouTube, for whatever reason, when you are using a mobile device once and going live, YouTube wants to force you to go vertical. I have tried to make it go horizontal, but the default in the live stream, it used to be defaulted to the orientation, like the orientation of the video was directly correlated to how you had your phone oriented. But no, not any longer. The default orientation is vertical. And this is the second time in probably 2 or 3 weeks that this has happened. So if it keeps happening, I will be switching to StreamYard, which that's just another hurdle to deal with. Rosemary, most def. Yep. I buy cheap Pinot Grigio just for cooking. Walmart, $3 bottle. Damn. Toya, this is cooking chicken and macadamia oil, and then white wine. The flavors out of this world. I won't say you just named two things that I'm not even fond of, but that might be one of those things where I would defer to you to bring it to me and then make me a believer. But I mean, it wouldn't be one of those things where I'm looking at a menu and I'm like, oh, chicken cooked in macadamia oil and chicken, like, let's see, like chicken breast braised in a macadamia oil and white wine reduction. I'd skim right over that. Like, that's just not something I would be, but on top of your screen under the sign, hit the thumbs up. Oh, thanks, Angela. The Witness says, "Are you in danger of the hurricane?" No, I won't say this is a play on the fact that people have hurricane parties. I mean, unless you call my I'm gonna say my three kids, my children hurricanes, because each of them can be a hurricane in and of themselves. Hurricane taste tester number 1, 2, and 3. But I know that I have folks who watch my live stream all around the country, and we are having a hurricane party with some moonshine and some energy drinks with them. I figured it would be a lighthearted conversation tonight, as opposed to my normal, not very serious anyway, barbecue discussion. So that's why I'm saying we're having a hurricane party. So, but thank you for your concern, the Witness. Angela said I'm willing to taste test for you, Bumpy. Yo, the salmon, that is. Oh, goodness gracious. That was 4 ounces, and maybe I didn't pour 4 ounces the first time. Oh, thanks, Toya. I appreciate it. She said I was looking for the thumbs up button. You can have the best barbecue in the world, and there's always going to be somebody on a catering gig that's going to complain that wasn't this and it wasn't that. So I'm gonna say funny. I catered a wedding for a friend of mine, right? And this was a long time ago, years ago, right? Years ago. And so I catered his wedding, and I'm standing kind of like, it was a buffet, right? Like I like where people serve themselves, but I was like backfilling things, and so this guy came through and he's like, "Oh man, you cooked everything?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, good. I'm gonna go sit down and eat, and I'm gonna come back and tell you what I thought." I'm like, "Okay, thanks." So he came back and told me what he thought. He's like, "Oh man, everything was fantastic." He said, "But it needed more sauce." I said, "Why didn't you put the sauce on it then?" He said, "What you mean, why didn't I put the sauce on it? You're supposed to put the sauce on it." I said, "I can't put sauce on everything. Not everybody likes sauce." I said, "So that's why there's sauce at the end of the table in the jars that you could add to the." Oh man, I didn't know there was sauce down there. So what, you just picked up your food and just walked right off? He was like, "Yeah." Did you not look at the rest of the table? He's like, "No, I totally missed it." So you came over here to complain. And like, this was the conversation. I said, "You came to complain and telling me that I didn't put enough sauce on it." I said, "But you got to realize that I'm not cooking just for you. Just because you like extra sauce on your ribs and or your chicken or your pulled pork doesn't mean everybody else does. I kind of have to cook here and you are up here." I said, "Now, the amount of sauce that I put on the stuff, I'm sure there's somebody in there that's like, there was too much sauce on it." Hindsight, me in 2020, and this is years and years later, I know my family prefers when I make ribs and chicken wings now without sauce, just because they're just like, "Hey, we prefer it without the sauce." So I can add as much sauce or little sauce as I want to when I'm eating it for me. And that makes perfect sense, right? Perfect sense. This guy was like up in arms, ready to complain. So guess what? I'm like, "Bruh, What could I have done? Like, I cooked it. I said, was it good? He's like, yeah, it was fantastic. I just wanted more sauce. So you are not knocking me for the flavor of everything, right? Just want to make sure. He's like, nah, it tasted good. So you are complaining because there wasn't enough sauce in it. He's like, yeah, it wasn't enough sauce. I'm like, but there was sauce at the end of the table for you to have to add to your food. And he just kind of was dumbfounded and didn't have anything else to say. And at that point, I'm like, all right, you know what? There's no plea. You just you know what? I turned right. Somebody said, why didn't you turn left? I turned left. Why didn't you go right? I mean, it doesn't matter. So Bumpy, there are times that, it doesn't matter what you do. Somebody's not gonna like it. This past weekend, I did an event, and unfortunately, I did not film it. I didn't film it because I was pressed for time, and I knew I had to get it done, and I had some other things to do, like go to this Oktoberfest, so I had to get the cook done. And like when I say debacle, it was a debacle. This past Saturday was a debacle. But the cook turned out fine. It was everything else. Speaking of hurricane, taste test number 2. He was going to a baseball showcase, and if you're unaware what a baseball showcase is, it's one of those things where you go to a specific place and there are coaches from different colleges or whatever organizations, and they're going to actively watch people perform, watch the athletes perform, so that they can say, hey, we want to give you some money. Hey, we want to do this. Hey, we want to offer you that, right? So he was headed to a baseball showcase, and he had a problem. About an hour away from here, about 45 minutes away from here, he was headed through Frederick, Maryland, and ran over a piece of guardrail that was in the highway. Now, mind you, it wasn't just him who ran over this piece of guardrail. He was one of about a dozen people who ran over this piece of guardrail that was in the middle of the roadway at about 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock, 6:15 in the morning, and proceeded to get 2 flat tires in my wife's van. Fantastic. I get a call at 6:30 in the morning. He says, Daddy, and he didn't say that. He was hysterical because he'd never been through something like that. He wasn't in his vehicle. He was in my wife's van, and he had 2 flat tires, so he didn't know what to do. Daddy had to come to the rescue. Daddy had to get a tow truck, come out there. Daddy had to physically fly, and when I say flying from Baltimore to Frederick to, calm him down and everything like that. So that's what Daddy had to do. But Daddy was in the middle of a cook. So, I mean, hurricane taste test number 2. Yeah. So I was able to finish my cook. I was able to get everything done to the point where I could leave my house. Flew out to Frederick. I mean, Frederick is about a 45 minute drive out. I got there in 25 minutes. Got there, figured out what was going on. Saw him and others on the side of the road. Police, state troopers were still there. And they gave him an incident report and other things like that. And I mean, like, it was a whole thing. And when I got there, I'm like, all right, well, I'm waiting on the tow truck. Tow truck said he'll be here. And then mind you, I got out there, it was about 8:15. No, it was actually just before 8 o'clock. He said tow truck said he'll be here between 9 and 9:30. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, well, I have other things to do today, and I drove out to Frederick. I don't say for no apparent reason, but I drove out to Frederick. So I'm like, I'm gonna go charge my car. So I went and charged the car. Then in another hour, go charge my car. Go charge the car, come back, and it was my son and one of his friends. And they're like, Daddy, can we get something for breakfast? We're hungry. I'm like, all right. So then I went and got McDonald's for them, brought it back, sat and ate. And when I on my way back from McDonald's getting some breakfast, I get a message that says, "Oh, your tow is delayed. It won't be there until like 11:30." And I'm like, "Damn it! I got something else to do. I need this vehicle to get home." So I proceeded to take them breakfast, and I waited. Tow truck driver called me and says, "Hey, I'm on my way." Blah blah blah. He ended up getting there by like 9 o'clock. But it was about 9:15, 9:30. Get everything loaded up. Boom. All right. Actually, it was a little later than it was probably about 9:30. So I said, all right, fine. I need you to take this vehicle to the Sam's in Catonsville, Maryland. He's like, all right, fine. I took the boys home. I met the tow truck driver in Catonsville, went inside, talked to them. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. This is what I need to happen. I need you to order your tires. The vehicle's going to stay here, yada, yada. They're like, oh, sorry, too late today. Probably won't come in until Monday. Fine. All right. I got to buy you 2 tires now, right? I'm like, yo, the tires should be covered under warranty, yada, yada. Something. Help me out. I get back home. Now, I had a 11 o'clock pickup of food at my house. So I got back home at 10:58, and the guy got to my house at 11:05. I'm in the middle of chopping up his chicken when he tells me, I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be right out. Give him his food. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Now I told my wife, I'm like, hey, we need to leave at like 11:15 to get to the Oktoberfest. We left at 11:35. Okay, 11:35. When I say I got the food done, boom, out the door, and then I'm like, all right, we go to the Oktoberfest. We spent 90 minutes, not even 90 minutes, because I left at 1:30 to get back home by 2 so that I could warm up the food for the event that I had at 4, right? Excuse me. Got everything, boom, warm back up. All right, fantastic. Got out the door, got to the event at 4. Perfect. Laughing and joking with the folks at that event. Left out there because I had a second delivery at 5. It was early to that event, and I mean, it was a whirlwind day. Then I left that event, which was on the other side of town by the harbor. Left there, went, sat somewhere, had there's a place called Stuggies, if you don't know, Stuggies had 2 hot dogs and a beer. Left from there, came back home and watched the Phillies. Proceeded to watch the Phillies lose. Well, they watched me losing because I fell asleep. I had been up since like 11:30 the night before all day, and so yeah, I fell asleep. And I mean, talk about a hurricane. That was a hurricane. I had a hurricane of a day. All right. Yeah, I was looking for the like button. 2 Toy says the witness says no, he's not in the danger of the hurricane. Are you? Yeah. No, buzz to the customer. Yes. Yep. Is it me or does dash look thinner vertical? So I won't say what's crazy is I have actually lost a couple pounds, but I'm sure I'll find them again. No, I didn't trash it. I'm just saying it's not for me. I didn't trash her meal, Taj. I was just ask here. I love being transparent for everyone. This is a safe space. I purchased the salmon from 3 places depending on convenience and order. Sam's, BJ's, Safeway. And they got you. Let me know. I will do. I'll add the text you when I'm coming up. Yeah. Side note, this customer has got multiple salmons for me. Easy, 7-8 orders. All right. Yeah. Oh boy. Let me see what. Oh, hey William. So I know William. We work together. It's just he's using my government name, so it's good. Just give me a second, William. I'm behind. Oh well. All right. Listen. Don't put William on timeout. Will, don't use my government name. I don't use my government name here. Yeah, I do know him. Dang, y'all be on it. Philly. Hello. Sorry. No, thank you, Quentin. I'm gonna say I legitimately lost those couple pounds. I'm going to try and keep those couple pounds off. But so I do know William. All right. I actually work with William at the range, but William, I go by Dash here. So if you could address me as Dash, or he's probably like pissed off that the folks who don't know who he is know me, but I mean it's all right. It's all right. It'll come off. You put him on timeout. I thought it set for 60 seconds. Oh, Steven says you hit him. No, unhide him. Oh boy, I might have to go in and unhide him. I'll tell him that he was hidden. All right, let me see. William, let's see. I can unhide. I think I can do it. unhide. Crap. How do I unhide? I don't know if I can unhide him. I'm sorry, Will. I'm gonna hear about this later. I don't know if I can unhide him. All right, thank you. I appreciate you unhiding him. I just it'll be on Sunday, and technically he doesn't work at the range where I work anymore. But I'll talk to him between now and then. He works at the other range. Quentin said hi, Chachi, when he comes in. Yeah. All right, now let's see if Will comes back to comment. Yeah, I think you guys scared him off. Oh boy. Hey Will. Hey Will. Oh my goodness. It's too funny. But yeah, that was my Saturday. But the good thing is, so you know what's funny, right? So the guy on Saturday, and you know, dealing with people who can cook, right? This is one of those things. Dealing with people who cook, they always try to do the most. When I say the most, he's like, hey, I want you not to cut my brisket up. I'm like, are you sure? Because you probably don't know how to cut up the brisket, and I don't want you to mess it up. Yeah, I want my brisket whole. Okay. And my ribs, you can leave my ribs whole too. Okay. I'm like, you know, I usually leave the ribs whole, so I'm not even worried about it. He's like, oh, and I don't want sauce on my ribs. All right, you're making it easy for me. And he also ordered 75 chicken wings. And I'm like, all right, well, he didn't want sauce on his ribs, so I didn't put sauce on his wings either. He was happy when I got there, and I'm like, hey, I know you didn't specifically say, but I didn't put sauce on the wings because you said you didn't want sauce on the ribs. He was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. You know, I didn't want sauce on the wings. You know, I make my own sauce, or I do this and that. I'm okay, all right, fine. So I'm standing there and I'm talking to him, and there's a half a dozen people in this kitchen, right? When I walk in, and I'm like, hey everyone, you know, boom. I didn't know I was gonna have to, perform. Oh, damn it. Bumpy, how did I miss it? Like, I have a friend whose birthday is 10/4, and I always remember her birthday because it's you know, like a radio, you know, 10/4, good buddy. So I think I'll probably never forget it again. Exactly, happy belated birthday. I totally missed it. My bad. But I get into this house, and like I said, there's half a dozen folks in the kitchen, and the host he's got a shot glass or a drink, and you know, I'm talking to him as I'm bringing the food in and taking the food out of the Cambro and putting it into his oven and everything like that. And I'm like, where's my drink? And he's like, boom, here's a double shot of Maker's Mark. Oh, okay. Now mind you, I'm doing okay, right? I've had a good Saturday. You know, Oktoberfest, and I'm like, oh, all right, boom. Thanks. So I'm sitting there sipping with them, and he's like, oh, you know, I need to get this brisket cut up, blah, blah, blah. He had a cutting board sitting over top of his sink. And I said, well, are you going to cut it up like now? He's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to get it, you know, kind of portioned up, and so I can have some for later and this, that, and the other. And I was like, all right, well, what knife are you using? So he pulls out like a chef's knife. And I'm like, that's what you're going to use? He's like, yeah. He's like, is something wrong with my knife? I was like, no. I was like, you would really want to use a longer knife. Like it was a 10-inch, maybe a 10-inch chef's knife, if that. It might have been an 8-inch chef's knife. And I'm like, nah, you know, you want a longer knife. And I was explaining, I'm like, because the brisket is so long, you know, it makes it easier to slice and this, that, and other. He was like, oh, okay. So I said, well, all right. I said, you want me to cut it up for you? He's like, would you? I said, sure. And I'm like, So I drink about a shot of my 2, right? My double. And I'm like, all right. So I start slicing the brisket, and we're talking and laughing and carrying on while I'm slicing the brisket. I turn back around, my shot glass is full again. I'm like, oh man. So I'm slicing up. I finish slicing up the flat, and I'm like, all right, I take a sip of my shot glass, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready to get on to the point. And again, we're carrying on, laughing and joking, and I'm like, all right, I got time, because my next delivery isn't until 5 o'clock. I'm like, all right, so set up, cut up the brisket, boom, 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 and I'm just about finished with the point. I turn around again, my shot glass is full again. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, this guy is freaking awesome, right? So I'm like, all right, I finished slicing up the brisket, and I'm mind you, while I'm slicing the brisket, I'm handing pieces of brisket out to everyone, and everyone's oohing and ahhing and yumming and. So I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling good, right? So then I was like, all right, I finished slicing the brisket, and I clean up, and I like cut the fat off, and he's talking about making some soup with the fat and this and other. I'm like, yes, and I told him about the chicken noodle soup that I just made, and he's like, oh man, he's like, people don't know how to make soups nowadays, blah blah blah. And we started talking about that. So now so his order was, he ordered a brisket, 6 racks of ribs, 75 wings, and a turkey. A turkey in October. A turkey. So I told him, I said, speaking of soup, I said, save that carcass and make a turkey, make a soup with the smoked turkey. I said, just thank me later. So, and I, like I said, I left and went on to my second delivery. But I mean, it was a good time. Thought about you, T. It was dreary here. Yeah, thanks, Bumpy. I appreciate you. Libra season indeed. Libra gang. This is happy birthday, everyone except Chachi. Where's Taj? Taj and Toya. So, I'm not a big fan of macadamia nut. I'm sorry. Just like if someone tells me they're going to do something with coconut, I'm like, this is not my thing, man. I wasn't trying to poo-poo on your. I said I would try it. I did. I said I would try it, but the thing is, I said I would need you to bring it to me because I don't. Yeah. Where is Chachi? Who knows where Chachi is? He's probably sulking after the Astros loss. Love coconut and macadamia nut. Good for you. Just, I mean, as far as nuts go, well, all right. So I want to say there are 2 exceptions, right? I can deal with macadamia nut if it's accompanied with white chocolate and cookie, or in a cookie, right? I can deal with coconut, and this is like the only time I can deal with coconut, when or if it is accompanied by carrot in a cake. I mean, those are like the 2 exceptions. Grumpus says, I like fresh coconut, but that dried stuff is nasty, like eating sawdust. Huh? Look, see, I love it. Anyway, Angela, Mommy said, oh, and coconut, roasted coconut tastes like bacon. It does not. And we have gone to that portion of the live stream. Angela said roasted coconut is delicious. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Anyway, Bumpy, so where did you get the salmon from the first time, or in previous times cooking for her? versus this last time? Was it a different place? Bumpy says, yeah, it's the second hour. Steven says there's certain things that I'll eat if I go to a friend's house, but it won't make my grocery list if it's just one of those things, yeah? Hold on, time out. You make grocery lists, Steven. I go into the market and I'm like, I don't know what I'm buying today, but if I see something on sale or if I see I might need something, but I don't I never make a list. I can legitimately go into the market every day and go shopping. Legitimately go into the market every day and go shopping. Because like I said, I like to find stuff that's on sale. I'm like, oh, it's like Chopped. That's how I view going to the market and finding something on sale, or going to Sam's and finding something on sale. But there are times when I'm like, oh, like when I was cooking the chicken, doing a rotisserie chicken, I knew that I wanted chickens, right? So I'm like, all right, I want chickens. I'm gonna go in and buy a pack of chickens or 2 chickens. Sorry, I'm gonna buy 2 chickens, right? So I'm like, yeah. But there are times when I'm like, oh, I'll see a steak. Like the steaks that I won't say charred, but that I cooked on the Lone Star Grills, the pellet cooker, and I used the sear function on those steaks I bought on sale at Sam's because they were on sale, and I was like, yep. Susie says it does taste like bacon. You gotta try it in little slivers. Coconut is so good for you, especially the water. Sean says I have a list, but I never look at it. That's why I'm there every single day, bruh. That's why I stopped making lists a long time ago. I never know what the weekly menu is till I put it together and it's at the store. There you go. Sure enough, dude. I stopped making lists because I would make lists, or I would have a list of things that I needed. And you know what? To my credit, there are times, see, I go to the market and I'm like, yo, I need 3 things. My wife sends it to the market. She sends me she's like, I need these 6 things. And I'm like, yo, send me a text message with the things you need, please. Just please send me a text message with the things you need. And I will be looking at the text message and still forget stuff. Still forget stuff. Angela says, I went to the store with the list yesterday and bought so much more. I just gone on Sunday. See, that's the problem. Yo, I go into the market, go into the store, I'm getting what I need. That's it. I'm not buying extra stuff. Bumpy said, bro, to be honest, probably Safeway or BJ's. Maybe Sam's once or twice. All right. I eat coconut jerky. Coconut jerky? What? That is a thing? Oh, you are going to have me oohing. I don't yuck someone else's yum. I try not to yuck someone else's yum. I'll be honest and I say that's not for me or that's not my thing, but I won't actively be like, ew, ew, coconut jerky? Ew. I don't like coconut is one of those things that it will have me go hungry. If you tell me something has coconut in it, I will usually taste it because I'm a glutton for punishment, if you will. But I'm like, ugh, it's a delicious thing. No. Bumpy, boom, boom, boom. He says yuck. Bert, what up, man? He's a long time no see, bro. Steven says, don't worry, we got double strength Gravel. What's that? We're unforgivable, I know. You like coconut as much as I like my food touch. Ooh. Ooh, that is And I teased Angela about having her food touch. Like I do, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I find it hilarious that Angela's like, that drink, I can't have that drink with ice because the ice is touching the drink. Angela does not like her food to touch. She will like buy plates with separation, with delineation. Listen, whatever, not ice though. Damn near. She's damn near. Mm, 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 mm. But it all touches in your stomach. I'm telling you, Quentin. I've been saying the same thing for probably 10 years. Maybe I don't know. It's been longer than that. Cause I believe I realized that she wasn't a fan of her food touching not too long after Taste Tester #1 was born, and she came up to the house. And actually, it was probably after Taste Tester #2 was born. So it's probably been 15 years because he's 17. So maybe 16 years. When I realized that she didn't like her food touching was one time or a time when she came up to the house and I'm like, "Oh, you coming up to help me, watch the kids, blah blah blah. I'll cook for you." All right. And I'm like, "All right, I'll cook." And I made her a plate and she's like, "Ooh, ooh." And I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" She's like, "My food is touching." I'm like, "Yeah, it's on a plate. It's going to touch. I can't have my food touching." I'm like, why the hell not? It's gonna be touching in your stomach, and I'm telling you, oh man, oh, diabolical. Oh, I eat in sections. I swear, my cousin Angela does not have blonde hair. I swear. Angela says it must take hours to eat soup. And that's why I said diabolical. Angela, do you eat soup? Do you or do you only eat like tomato soup? See, Bumpy says this. So, do you ask for separate plates at restaurants? If it's supposed to touch like soup, I'll eat it. What up, Marlon? He said, "Party people, I'm back." Marlon, what up, Marlon? Oh, oh my God, separate plates at restaurants. Angela says, "I try not to bug servers at restaurants, so I just don't eat the parts that have touched each other." Oh my God, now I need to observe Angela's plates when she's at my house because I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I purposely make her food touch just because. What is I supposed to touch? I have a cousin who would not eat food that touches no stew, no stir fry, no subs. Yo, um, yo. Quentin says, "So Ange, when you order an Impossible Burger at Burger King, do you have them put it all the ingredients in separate containers?" It is it's oh snap. Marlon, it is the second week of the month. I'm slipping, I'm tripping. My bad, Marlon. I, Marlon, did I get an email this morning? Did I get an email this morning? Wait, Angela does stir fries? How? Like what? I don't like Impossible Burgers at Burger King. It's all right, Marlon. I mean, I know you've been busy doing other things, and it's not your responsibility to remind me. I need to set up a reminder on my own calendar to say second Wednesday. But I'm gonna be honest. I decided what this live stream was going to be this morning on the ride to take Taste Tester #1. Excuse me, Taste Tester #3 to school. I was like, you know what? This hurricane, we gonna have a hurricane party. Quentin says, "Dang, I thought the Impossible Burger was great." You know what I find hilarious? Those Impossible Burgers are cooked on the same grill that they cook the regular burgers. So they taste like regular burgers because They are cooked with and or in the juices in the remnants of the regular burgers. Yep. Fun fact. And if I ruined that for you, I'm so sorry. Not sorry. Marlon said Angela will let her cabbage touch her greens. Yeah. Angela says onions, peppers, greens, onions, peppers, green and red, maybe some broccoli that can be mixed into my stir fry. Okay. So when you ordered a Whopper at Burger King back in the day, did you have them put the ingredients in separate containers? George says omelets. Omelets. Ooh. I bet she don't even like scrambled eggs. Her whites can't touch the yellow, the yolks. She gotta have the whites and the yolks separate. No cabbage and greens need their own ramekins. Sean says they gave me one by accident. It tasted, and so I tasted it blind. He said no thanks. No, but I only did pickled and ketchup on my Whopper Jr. I don't like omelets. I'm telling you, she eats the egg and the egg white and the yolk separate. Go ahead, I'm waiting for the comment. If you can cook greens, you can come to the cookout. Bumpy says, yo, thanks for your input on my customer. Everyone have a great night. I'm on vacay, so I don't have to get up, but I have to see a squirrel about a nut. Angela said, night, Bumpy. Steven says, later, Bumpy. What about a margarita? What about a margarita? That's a drink. She ain't got no problems with drinks. Yeah, like Angela said, drinks don't count. I'm sorry, Angela, I wasn't trying to pick on you, but you brought it up. Just saying. How do we get Angela to drink? I had to get all the last little bit of liquor out of the jar. Angela, do you separate your egg whites from your egg yolks and cook them separately? It's actually defending your choice to not like the coconut. No, I mean, I get it, and I'm gonna say agree and appreciate, but it's me liking coconut is I'm gonna say a little more normal than not having your food touching it. But I and you know as well as I do, I've been giving you grief about this. You not having your food touching for years, so it's not anything new. But like next time you come over, I'm like, I don't want to have your food touching just because that's what I do. Do you put honey or jelly on your Popeyes biscuits, or do you just eat them dry and chew for 20 minutes per bite? Marlon says, what about Bloody Marys that come with bacon? She doesn't eat bacon. She's pescatarian. But there might be celery in a Bloody Mary. What do you do if there's celery in a Bloody Mary? I don't eat bacon, nor do I like Bloody Marys. And she says she doesn't like Popeye's bricks. We might have to go to Popeye's and get some bricks just tonight, because hell no, she not eating no tartar sauce. She alcohol and tomatoes, yuck. Bloody Marys are pretty good when you go to the right brunch and have them. Sean said road trip. Oh man, I had chicken noodle soup tonight. I don't want to spend money tonight. But if I had not eaten anything, Angela said tartar sauce is mayo and relish. I don't like mayo. Steven said Church's biscuits are good. Wait, what? No tartar sauce? No. I don't like tartar sauce either. I prefer cocktail to tartar. So I eat all of my fish with cocktail sauce. And have I ever told you about the time when I was in the UK? I went to the UK for work, and you know the big thing over there is fish and chips, right? So, well, between fish and chips, and then mushy peas. So, um, my counterpart who was in the UK, he's like, "You gotta try the fish and chips." So his at the time wife worked at a tavern, right, a pub, and the pub served fish and chips, and he said, "Oh, I'll come over here once a week and get the fish and chips here while his wife is working." I'm like, "All right." So myself and my coworker from the States, from my local job, went overseas and helped him. We were helping him with some setup stuff over there, right? And he's like, "Oh, we went out. I think we went out almost every night we were there." My local coworker didn't go out every night, but the UK coworker and I went out every night. So he's like, "Oh, I'm inviting you guys to have dinner here with," and his wife's name, well, past wife, ex-wife, was his name Shell. Come to Shell's pub. Come to Shell's pub. Come to Shell's pub. All right, this guy's name is Chris. All right, Chris, we'll come to Shell's pub. So what are we gonna have at Shell's pub? And he's like, I'm like, yo, you know what? I gotta get the fish and chips. Like I gotta get fish and chips. Boom. And he's like, "Oh, you gotta try the mushy peas." I'm like, "Fucking mushy peas, like what are mushy peas?" He's like, "The mushy peas, they're fantastic, they're brilliant." I'm like, "All right, Chris, can I get the fish and chips, and my second side can it be mushy peas?" And I think I had fish and chips, corn, and mushy peas. They bring out the fish, and I'm like, "Oh man, this fish is good." I'm like, "Hey, can I get cocktail sauce?" And he's like, "Cocktail sauce? What is it?" I'm like, "You never heard of cocktail sauce?" He's like, "Nah, what's that?" He's like, "We got like tartar sauce, and we have vinegar." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't want none of that. I want some cocktail sauce." And goes, "What is cocktail sauce?" And I'm like, "It's ketchup, horseradish, and Worcestershire sauce, and a little bit of a splash of lemon." And he's like, "Shelly, have those ingredients?" And I was like, "I think so." So they bring me out each of the ingredients, right? I'm like, ketchup, horseradish, Worcestershire, and lemon. I'm like, I've never made cocktail sauce before, but I know what the ingredients are. So what the hell? I just mix it a little bit here, mix it a little bit there. And I made my own cocktail sauce. And I'm like, bang on. This is brilliant, right? I'm in the UK. So I'm like, this is brilliant. So I'm like, "Chris, try the sauce." He tries the sauce and he's like, "God." He's like, "Shell, you gotta try this stuff the Dash made." He's like, "It's brilliant." He's like, "I could sell this." I'm like, "Chris, they already do." They already do. Just not here, apparently. But he was blown away at the cocktail sauce. So, yeah. Yes, Quentin, cocktail sauce on fish. I'm not a big tartar sauce fan. I don't like it. Nope. Not a fan of cocktail sauce. Not a fan of tartar sauce, rather. You're talking about a country that serves pork and beans for breakfast. Listen, I mean, they don't. It's not. No, they don't do pork and beans. They do beans, but I guess the beans might have, pork in them. But beans on toast, that's a war thing. They were a poor country, a war torn country, and it's stuck. But tomatoes, beans on toast. We had a British breakfast. Yeah, I had a British breakfast when I was there. A proper British breakfast. I didn't actually eat the beans because I didn't know if it was pork in them, but tomatoes for breakfast. He tried to give me blood sausage. Nope, not eating that. I know what that is, and I didn't eat it not because it was blood sausage, but I didn't eat it because it was pork. But sticky toffee pudding is not pudding at all. Another thing I found out. Quitting cheese. That do sound nasty. I do nachos for my daughter and try sometimes. You talking about country? That's hers. Pork and beans for breakfast. I don't know. We're not going to talk about Laura. Mint jelly on lamb. No. So I have had mint jelly on lamb, like going out to a restaurant, and actually I think I had mint jelly on lamb when I was in the UK. But no, I was like, not my thing. I have not had spotted dick. Thank goodness. And that means no shrimp and grits or chicken and waffles. So George, Angela is pescatarian, so she might have the shrimp, but definitely no chicken and waffles. She probably wouldn't even put syrup on her waffles. Ooh, it touches. I'm gonna see myself out. I do like shrimp and grits and fish and grits, but that was a thing my grandma made for me, so it's nostalgic. Yeah, buddy. My mom used to make some shrimp and grits. Though, even though it's nostalgic, candy bag here. Even though it's nostalgic, I still don't like okra. Nope. Steven said it was terrible. Mint jelly with the lamb. Gross. We're an hour and 37 minutes in. If you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's switch accounts. $19 legs. Quentin said okra is good, made by the right people. You just can't order anywhere. Okra was never forced on me, so I don't mind it. Oh my gosh, and you got lucky. You got lucky. You know why you got lucky? Because you only came to my mom's like every now and then. It was like one of those things where during the summer, where okra was abundant, she would have okra like every Sunday when we were there. Every Sunday. Eat your okra. Green slime? No thanks. Nope. Susie said, where did Victor go? Victor said he was having internet connectivity issues and he had to go because it was acting up and it wasn't working for him. Quentin said, I can't make it, so I never try. George said, I like canned okra and tomatoes. I'll use it to make a seafood stew. All right. So I'll say before Jamie calls me out, even though I know Jamie's not, I'm saying I don't know Jamie's not here, but Marcus might co-sign. So when I was in Austin the last time, I had okra and I was like, all right, it's not that bad. I had fried okra. Now, there are two exceptions to my okra disdain. Fried okra and pickled okra. Those are it. Like, I wouldn't say I never say never, but there are almost always exceptions to the things that I dislike. One of those exceptions, and and this is why I'm willing to try different things. So, Taj Toya, I'm willing to try the macadamia oil with the oh shoot, now I can't remember what the was it white wine? I have to go back in the comments and blame it on Jar. Quentin said, "We put okra in vegetable soup. Game changer. Yeah, like turning the game like the wrong way. Because, Angela says she's the reason I hate shopping anywhere. We're not even gonna talk about it because we all have that mom in us. All of us. I was talking to Aunt Minerva the other day, and she was telling me about looking for flights, and I was cracking up. That's what your mother is showing. George Quentin, if you say so. Steven said, "Bruh, I had a great aunt. You knew what you were going to eat every day of the week. That menu never changed." Yeah. Chachi! What up, Chachi? Chachi, don't get yourself put on timeout. I'm just warning you now, Chachi. I'm looking at my Swedish fish so they can stick together. I don't say that's crazy work, but knowing what you're going to eat based on the day of the week, man, that's like prison. Angela said, "Chachi missed a great timeout removal." Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to apologize to Will. You guys are the best. Like, sorry. Smells like on the room of all the stuff. Oh, hey, Chachi. Smell like feet. Feet. Let's not, you know. I'm sorry, I'm late. I was out of my birthday dinner. When is your birthday, Chachi? Hold up. Chachi is a Libra too? Best barbecue rub for steak. A good one. I can't tell you what, and so you ever notice I don't talk to you about the things that I like a lot? Because the things that I like a lot are things that I use for my customer cooks. Today, damn, 10-9. Happy birthday, Chachi. Yes, Libra gang. Quentin. 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 Oh boy, Quentin. You didn't got knocked down the peg, Quentin. I'm only gonna say I'm sorry. Just you got knocked down the peg, Quentin. All right, so let's see. Ryan, like I said, I can't tell you what's best for steak because your tastes are going to be different from mine. The best thing I can tell you to do is experiment, and once you find that thing that you like, run with it, stick with it, and run with it. Morgan won a homecoming game, 41-0. Damn. You know, my son, who was there at Morgan, taste tester number 1, I asked him about the homecoming, and he told us about the homecoming, but he's not really in football, so he definitely didn't go to the game. And he was out partying with his friends, and then he had other friends that came home from out of town who were there at Morgan with them because it was their homecoming, and they went to different parties, but he didn't tell me nothing about the damn game. So I didn't even think to ask about it. look, Chachi. I'm just gonna hold this up and say sorry, not sorry. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write it down. Bumpy. 10-4. Chachi. 10-9. And yes, Chachi. Oh wait, Susie. 9-29. Susie, I'm not Susie. Chachi, yes, my birthday is on the 14th. Experiment with shake rub from yes. So, oh well. So Angela, that's a good one. So Angela is saying experiment with shakes from Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve shakes they're pretty good. But Uncle Steve shakes on steaks. Again, it's one of those personal preference things, and I'm saying yeah. So Steven, Steven says, Angie, my daughter will be 18 years old on the 25th of October. Steven, we talked about this before. Taste Test number 3's birthday is also on October 25th. So, Jacqueline, C Lyn 1025. So, yeah. Can we do the group live next week? I guess. That chicken noodle soup is like it's like passing. I feel like I could go for a chicken run and get some tenders. I'm not going anywhere though. Angela said, "Don't find that weight you lost." Yeah, man. I mean, I won't say not for nothing. It's all of maybe 10 or 15 pounds, but still. Yes, I saw Milton made landfall at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Quentin is just falling down in the charts. I'm watching on the Weather Channel. How are y'all and all of this, Stephen? So the hurricane, it came. I thought it kind of developed in the Gulf of Mexico. Macwear said, Wazam. Wazam? All right. From New Orleans. All right. Quentin Sachachi had the blood sausage and mushy peas for his birthday dinner. uh, As it says, I don't know. I read snippets, no cable. Yeah, I thought and I don't think it came through the Caribbean and then like shot up. I thought it kind of developed in the Gulf of Mexico and went, or Yeah, Milton. Or did it come across? I mean, most hurricanes come across the Atlantic, come through the Caribbean, but yeah. Quincy Dash doesn't listen to enough Boosie to translate Louisiana words. I sure enough don't. Wazam? I mean, look, I ain't even gonna lie. I don't listen to enough Boosie. Excuse me, Quentin. Quentin. I'm about to put you on timeout if you tell me I'm from the South one more time. I live in the South. Where am I from? I made that abundantly clear earlier today. And for those of you who have chimed in after I talked about this, I am from Philadelphia. I will always be from Philadelphia. But where I live is in Baltimore, which is in the South. Grumpus says developed over by Texas and shot east to Florida. Strange path choice, yeah. It should be good as long as it comes from the north because of the mountains. But if it comes from the south, we're in trouble. Put him on timeout, Chachi says. I'm being lazy, Chachi. We got 9 more minutes to go. I'm being lazy. Not even going front. Chachi said that was one of his birthday wishes. Oh. Why can you be from Philadelphia and I can be from Atlanta? You live like 30 minutes outside. Oh, you live like 30 minutes outside of Philly. And I was like 35 minutes from Atlanta. No, excuse me. I lived in the city of Philadelphia. And here's the thing. When I worked outside of Philadelphia, because I lived in Philadelphia, I paid Philadelphia income tax. I paid Philadelphia income tax. That is the determining factor. If you paid city taxes, you reside in the city. There's no other way around it. Okay? When I lived outside of the city, but lived in the city, I paid city tax. I was born and raised in the city of Philadelphia. Just because my section of the city didn't have a suffix of Philadelphia behind it, okay? I lived in the city. I didn't live in Center City, right? And had some idiot tell me that if it doesn't say North Philly, West Philly, or or Northeast Philadelphia, then you don't live in Philly. You're a dummy. I live inside the city limits. I grew up in Mount Airy, okay? Ask anyone, ask about me, okay? You know, it's funny. Ask about me, right? That's the Cassidy line. Cassidy grew up, I won't say grew up, but he lived 1 block away from me. Born and raised in Philadelphia. Like, you, sir, who said you lived outside of Atlanta, that's not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. I made one of your birthday wishes. I'm flattered. Yeah, all right. So speaking of, we're you know, hold on. Hold on, Chachi. Dang it. Why can't, what is going on here? No, not that one. There we go. Why can't I? No, I can't. I don't want to block them. All right. Let me get one of those Newports. Got my blood pressure up. I'm racist. you talking about, bruh? Dude, I can't put him on timeout, Chachi. I'm trying. I want to. Oh, tell her, isn't it time for bed? Past her bedtime? Way past her bedtime. Mark said, bless his heart. Mm-hmm. For sure. Bless his heart indeed. Steven said Bruce Springsteen, Streets of Philadelphia. I won't say we don't claim him, but I mean, people like the song. People like the song. Definitely passed it. She heard your voice and wanted to say hi. What else? What's up? Oh, good night, little one. I'm not gonna put your name out there. I'm kind of funny about names, certain names. Susan, I think he got the point. I was starting to feel anxiety. Oh, for him? That I was gonna block him? Because I will. I will. I will block him. Put him on timeout. Quentin Fiction and Cash Uppercut. Oh my God, yo! That is one of those things where I'm gonna say it never gets old. When people fitting and they fixing to do things, oh sorry, I'm sorry. When they be fitting and fixing to do things, okay. Nope. 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 Look, Steven said, there goes that word fixing. Yo, when people be fitting and fixing, I'm telling you, it is just one of those things, man, where, and it's crazy. I won't say I used to be against the word y'all, but I'll say embraced it. I've been living in the South for, goodness, 23 years now. I came to the South in 2001. So 23 years I've been living in the South, and y'all is just one of those things I say now because it was not in my vocabulary when I came down here. Lou Calamadas, what's going on, Lou? Lou, it's a bit late for you, isn't it? Susie said, not at that you laying it down. What's up, buddy? Long night, my friend. How's it going? It's going well. It's Yuns. And that's a Pittsburgh thing. We say use. All right. In Philly is use. Yuns is Pittsburgh. Philly, use. All use guys or use guys. I use guys going to the Academy. And use guys doing this or use guys doing that. And Yuns is Pittsburgh. Lou said, what's up, everyone? Angela said, and you would clown me for saying, yo, I would. I'm telling you. Ooh, you know what, Angela? I'm not going to take it back because at the time, it was like, and it wasn't, oh my gosh. It was a different time, Angela. It was a different time. And that different time didn't allow me to say y'all. It didn't. Like, ain't. You know how much trouble I used to get into if I uttered the word ain't in my household? Both of my parents were teachers. My mother was an English teacher. My father, he taught a mix of different grades. But I won't say focused, but he taught special education. So he taught special ed. And English was one of those things. English, science, math, and ELA, right? Bruh, if I said the word ain't in my household, I'd be in trouble. Trouble. So how am I say y'all? How am I say y'all? Use was the least I want to say the most I could say. Cause Chachi says he's trying to find a used trailer. You better build you one. Lou says, you can't forget about the Pennsylvania. Oh, I can't type it. They put an E. Put an E in the beginning about it. What? Your little bro got me in trouble. I'm saying, dang it. I got backhanded. Pop for it. Dang it. What are you talking about, Lou? He put an E in the beginning of it. It. Oh. All right. So, it. I mean, we going to talk about it? No. That's Southern. But, like, I still say library, not library. I won't say I catch myself, but look, library. Ooh, one of the words that I said coming from Philly that got me in trouble, and I won't say teased, but got me in trouble, was ax. All right. Can I ask you something? Hey, can I ask you for your number? And it's like, you gonna ask me for my number? Yo, I had a coworker. He used to give me so much grief every time I said ax. Not ask, but ax. But it worked because now I don't say ax. I say ask. And I like properly pronounce ask. Right? And water, WOUDER, Chachi. Get it the fuck right. Water. Like wagon. It's water. People say I'm going to make groceries. No, nobody here says they're going to make groceries. Not in Philly. Maybe further south, they're going to make groceries. But I call it a market. And other people say grocery store or something along the lines. But I'm going to the market every time I go to the market. Quentin says, "Is that how you met your wife? You asked her for her number, and she was like, damn, he gonna kill me, so here, fool." No, Quentin. That was funny. But no. Lou says I say water. I knew I liked you, Lou. Lou's from South Jersey, right? Lou. Angela said, I got grief about ask too. And now I say it correctly with same with lib. Look, I don't say library. I say library. Look, it's gonna be library forever. And I have a coworker, Angela. You met this coworker. My coworker Gerald. Gerald gives me grief anytime I say library. He's like, "What flavor is library?" And I'm like, book flavor, or paper flavored. Damn it, it's a library. I'm like, oh, I took taste tester number 3 to the library, or the library is closed, and the library just opened back up. He like, what flavor is a library? What flavor is that? Library. It's book flavored, or it's paper flavored. Damn it. It's water, not water. Water. Max says, yeah, you right. Florida, they go find a park. Yeah, they go park their car. They're gonna find a park. We say HEB here because Grumpus. I mean, there is a HEB within 7 miles of your current location. Anytime you are within Texas, I won't say I swear, and it might even be closer than 7 miles. Yeah. Quentin said, never heard a single person in the actual South say make groceries. Not a parking space. Max said it's a NOLA thing. So I have I won't say a friend, but one of my son's friends is down in she's down at Xavier, and I won't say I can't wait to hear what she comes back to Baltimore talking like. But her roommate is from Ohio, so maybe they'll be okay. Lou said more central. All right. Oh, George says amber lamps, dude. That one right there. I won't say you guys have seen, but there was a video years ago, viral video years ago, where there was a guy on a bus, and there were gentlemen on a bus, and there was a short guy and a taller guy, right? The short guy was in the taller guy's face, and the guy says, "You better not mess with me." He said, "Leave me alone." Leave me alone. Short guy did or said something. I can't remember how it went exactly. But the taller guy mollywopped the little dude. Tall guy was like, I told him not to mess with me. I told him not to mess with me. He was like manic, right? And the little guy was leaking. Nose bleeding, mouth all bloodied up. He said, call the ambulance. They're like, you need an ambulance? He said, yeah, call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Oh my God. He was leaking. So every time I hear ambulance, I always think of that. I know people that say wash. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Oh, Steven, temperature. Where is Jimmy? Jimmy left already. I give Jimmy grief about saying temperature all the time. Not temperature. Temperature. Let me get the temperature. You know one of the words that I used to give Angela grief about when she was younger? Theater. We going to the movie theater. The movie theater. And who calls it a movie theater? It's just the movies. We're going to the movies. Now we're going to the movie theater. What? I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. Angela said specifically. Ah, goodness. And so Angela, that's one of those things where, if anyone has been in and or around Baltimore, you know that people in Baltimore say the word D-O-G. Yes. D-O-G as Doug. Yes, they pronounce D-O-G as D-O-U-G. You gonna get yourself a hot dog? How many hot dogs you want? I would like one hot dog. Nah. How many hot dogs you want? I would like one hot dog. But in Baltimore, they pronounce dog as Doug. I told you about the Doug fiasco when we first moved into our house. Grumper says I have 3 ATBs and a 10-mile radius from me. Chachi is the same. It will not be the same. Clinton says Chachi probably makes groceries. Lou says I have a student that says ambulance. Ambulance. Oh my goodness. Cornholia says Dash, happy Wednesday. What's up, man? Happy Wednesday to you too. Thank you for popping in. Hey, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please, and thank you. Give them an F, Rich. Yeah. Lou says she also says binocular. I can't even read it. Lou says she also says binoculars. Binoculars. We get on her all the time. And F? F. Give them, oh, and F. Or give them AF. Oh, goodness. Man, oh, man. Oh, man. And wash your clothes in the zinc. Grumpus, we talked about zincs before, right? And I know this is one of those things, and this is random as hell, but my father-in-law still says zinc, okay? And I'm like, why do people say zinc? And the reason is, and this might be just internet lore or a wives' tale, but sinks used to be made of zinc. Yes, a sink used to be made of zinc. Therefore, they were one and the same, like half a dozen and six. So, us, or the younger folks who have only known sinks to not be made of zinc, don't call them zincs. It's just whatever. George said I have a niche that says aluminum foil. How about all them people that say tin foil? It's not tin. It ain't been tin in 100 years. Can we say aluminum? Film. Oh, film and film. Steven. Quentin says I'm sick of English. Which is why Maryland are not the same, yeah. Worst barbecue says Dash, being from Baltimore, why my wife makes fun of me saying furthest forest instead of forest and orange. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Orange instead of orange. Yes, that's one of those things. Chacha says at least I can make someone Quentin. But I know you can't cook. Yeah. Lucy's got a roll Dash. I'm tired, my friend. Yeah, you be easy. Quentin's Lucy later. Later, everyone. Oh goodness. Night, Lou. Good night, John boy. My dad always says zinc. Mom still says worse. Yo. My father-in-law does not say worse, thank goodness, but he does say zinc. Still. Just I'll say, oh, my father-in-law used to also say this, but that was just him and him not being able to pronounce something because he was taught to say it the wrong way. As opposed to saying apple, he calls it apple. 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 But, you know, it's apple. But, Grandma used to say turlet and bottle. Turlet and bottle. Chachi, I'm a damn chili champ in Nova. Fool, you better recognize. Calm down, big bowling balls. Oh, worse said turlet. Yeah, the turlet. Oh my God, yo, Baltimore is just different. So, worst barbecue. Where in Baltimore did you live? Or yeah, where in Baltimore did you live? Turlet. Yo, so taste tester number 1 and number 2 have stopped saying water correctly. Taste tester number 3 is still saying water correctly, but I'm sure it won't be long before she starts saying it incorrectly either. As well. George says, "Me too, Quentin. There's too many twos and too many twos to deal with." Lucis Quentin pronounces temperature with the word slow. Cockeysville. All right. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You say you're from Baltimore. You're from Baltimore County. You know, it's all right. I'll allow it. I'm no authority. All right, Lou, be easy. Luke Calamatas, take great care. All right. Quinn said, "Damn, Lou. I don't have your money, man." Oh, come on, that crack. I feel like it's about to, but it didn't. So one of the other things that's kind of comical about Baltimore is that, like my last name, it gets pronounced incorrectly here. There's a U that gets placed into my name and pronounced in my name, even though there's not a U in my last name. There's an A and an I, but no, they read off a U, her, like hurry. All right, we are over the 2-hour mark, and I am going to call it because I'm going to bed. Oh my gosh, earn, and earn are the same word in Maryland accent. Yeah. George says I'm still up. Yeah, I'm about to go to bed though. Quinn said, "What? Your last name is super easy." Exactly. But they mess it up. They put a U in my last name. They added U into my last name. That's just what? Who? Bruh, all the time. I can go to Home Depot and I say, "Hey, my name is this," and they say, "Oh, this is an order for dash I'm like, "No, it's ha." They were like, "Her?" No, ha. Okay. Yes, my first name is this, and my last name is that. Okay, here it is for her. I won't say every time, but every time. Worst says good night, Dash. Yes, indeed. George says, okay, good night, homie. Cornholius says thumbs up, everyone. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. While I'm still... Oh, that's why I can't put them on timeout, because I was in the wrong damn account. I wasn't in my... Let's do this. Oh, Cornholius is having a drink with me. I appreciate that, my man. I most certainly will. I will put it towards the moonshine fund when I get some more. Well, that's why I couldn't take them off timeout, because I wasn't in the correct account. Quentin says, happy birthday, Chachi, but you still suck. Chachi says, later. Night. Night, Quentin. Night, Angela. Night, Quentin. Night, Steven. Man, I'm not going to bed anytime soon. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. So, Cornholius, thank you very much, man. I definitely appreciate it, and you for sure. All right. Trying to reply to Cornholius. I am the great Cornholio. Oh, time is gone. Steven says, see y'all and stay beautiful people. Have a great week and stay safe. Till next week. Till next Wednesday. Yes, indeed. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I would love to stay here longer, but I would be falling asleep soon. So thank you guys so very much. Oh, you know what? Here, those of you guys who are still here, let me hook you up with the video for tomorrow. And I'm not even going to preface it. But I think this one's a banger. Steven, we've talked about this before. I was thinking about you when I did this video. I think this one's a banger. Susie, you might learn something from this one too. Check it out. Tell me what you think. There's your hint. George says, good night, y'all. I'm about to go straight to bed. Indeed. Actually, I'm going to start getting ready for bed and take my hoodie off. Oh, boy. Whew. It's warm. All right. Whew. I think that's the alcohol talking. All right, listen, those of you guys who are still here, I know it's not very many of you, but just want to say thank you for hanging out. Definitely do appreciate you. So you guys be easy, and I will talk to you later. Dash is not clickable. It is clickable. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Damn it. I'd be messing up. Oh, I know why. Boom, boom, boom. Look, you know what? Let's just do this. Share. Copy that. All right. Let's see. Does that one work? I was trying to connect to it. Looking forward to it. Yeah. That one should work now. Steven, can you tell me? Just don't say verify, but just let me know. Make sure it works. Sorry. Paste. Bam. No, it's not in blue. It's in blue for me. Damn it, YouTube. Come on. All right, let's do this. All right, let's copy the video link. Let's try that one. It's showing clickable here for me too. Look at that. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. It reconnected. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. It reconnected. Let's see if it works. Let's see how long it takes. Hold up. It might work. Oh. Yes. We're my goodness, I feel like I've been resurrected. This was Resurrection Day. This was Resurrection Day. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, so I am going to shout out the Rewatch Gang. Rewatch Gang, comment Resurrection. Rewatch Gang, please comment Resurrection. That will be fantastic. I don't know how that happened, how that worked, but it worked nonetheless. So I'm appreciative. Everybody already kind of left out. There's nobody else here but me, myself, and I. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end it for real this time. For real. So thank you guys so very much, as always, for watching. Again, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Grumpus says he's still here. What up, Grumpus? All right, let's paste. George says it's always fun. Well, thank you. I was about to touch the link in the stream there, but yeah, I know better. Don't do that. It'll cut off the stream. Ask me how I know. Oh, I would love it if you guys could comment on the video. That would be fantastic. Because, boom, I just think it's hilarious. This video is so serious. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream for real this time. So thank you so very much, as always, for hanging out. Really do appreciate you guys, and I'm gone.